It is Sportswrap Overtime. Hey, Jeff Snyder, what's going on?
Snyder.
Why is this not working like that?
It's okay. Sportswrap Overtime. There it is. January 6, 2026. Jeff Snyder, Brian Parsons, Craig Loper here. Is this our first episode of the new year with everyone?
Yes, it is.
I think so.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Right.
Happy New Year, pal.
We are here, and it is Tuesday, as I said, January 6th. Welcome back. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope it's been a happy holidays for you. We got a lot to get into in this episode of the show.
Yeah, you were. Let's talk about a little the vacation we all had.
Yeah, we were kind of all
Craig.
over.
So Craig and I went from going to the Cure Bowl in Orlando, driving 12 hours,
24 hours and 2
down,
days.
24 hours back.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
It was cool to cover a bowl game in Florida, man. You know,
Great.
That was awesome. And then, so we come back to work a little bit, and then I go to New York to see Fish for 3 nights at Madison Square Garden. And then where did you go?
I was in Miami for the Orange Bowl, Oregon, Texas Tech. Beautiful. You can't beat South Florida in the wintertime, 75 and sunny every day. Brian, you only did 3 nights, but the way you stacked your days off, you were really out of the office for like a week and a half.
Yeah, I was. It was glorious.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? So you get a little bit of relaxation and you do the fun concert thing.
Yeah. So coming back from New York, I was able to have a few days of rest.
That's the way you should do
before going back to work.
I did not do it that way. I got off a flight Saturday night in Norfolk and I worked Sunday, and I'm still kind of really tired and feeling it. So,
but pretty cool to go down to Miami and see your team play.
First time I've been to Oregon game, and since 2011, they beat them 22-0. Very slow first half. Second half was great. Our defense played lights out. Good little pocket of Oregon fans. Nothing crazy. Way more Texas Tech fans. But Hard Rock Stadium is cool. It's really cool. It's nice. I didn't know what to expect. It's a retractable roof, but the roof was open for this day, obviously. And then they got the open, not the open, but the open air concept. You know, like, so the concourses.
Yeah, so the air is coming in.
It's always breezy in there, and it's cool.
I think SoFi is like that.
Correct.
Kind of, sort of, but not
the
more
exact
enclosed.
Same. It's more of a dome, traditional, but it's the same.
But it has the air coming in. What did you do, Snyder?
What did I do? Well, I celebrated my 35th birthday.
Happy birthday.
New Year's Eve. And
your parents were here?
My parents were not here.
Oh, they didn't make it.
No. They're gonna come later.
Oh,
in the
shoot.
year.
Okay, I thought they came.
No.
Okay.
A couple of my college friends and I, did the festivities on the New Year, and it was a good time. And then I spent the entire New Year's Day recovering from it. And
it's such an amateur night.
Yeah,
it really
New Year's Eve is for the amateurs.
Yeah.
People that
I think this is the last one.
They get hammered like they think they're 22 in college again.
Nope.
And they overdo it.
Yeah.
And
I learned sat next to a fire on New Year's Eve.
I learned a long time ago.
I said
most overrated day of the year for partying, whatever that means.
I said, hey, at least I'm doing dry January, so you might as well go out with a bang, right?
But you know my thought on that.
Well, yeah, you should do it in February.
You should do it in February because it's the shortest month.
Oh,
that should be the.
I never heard that.
That should be the sober month.
A busiest day of the year, liquor stores, New Year's Eve.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk some NFL Week 18 recap, but more importantly, off-season changes as we sit here on Tuesday.
The Commanders stunk this year. They were a disaster.
They're making
bottom line
changes.
Man, we should go back to that episode. We did a Commander special at the beginning of the year. We're like, man, they might go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We need to pull some clips. All right, let's start. So there were some big moves that were happening today with the coaching staff that Dan Quinn had to make some moves. One apparently was a mutual decision. We'll see about that. Who knows? The guy was outright fired. Craig, let's start with the offense.
Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury mutually decided to part ways. Cliff and the Commanders did. He was the OC for the last 2 seasons. Obviously, great year in 2024. I think they led the league in rushing. Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year. 2025, injuries pile up. Your quarterback's in and out of the lineup. Things do not go well. What were they, 20? We got the stat here. 22nd in scoring in the NFL this year and 22nd in total yards. So Cliff never...
A far cry from the year before.
Yeah, just Cliff never had his full cast of guys to get this thing going. And he's a reputable offensive mind. But I think there is a dynamic to the OC position in the sense where, yes, we all know Jaden was hurt. But you still want to see like a level of production from the backups that is a good positive sign. Like, okay, my scheme works. Mac Jones, Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has produced offensive numbers with plenty of backups over his years.
True.
And so I think there's a level of that. And
the thing with Cliff was so reliant on running the quarterback.
Correct.
To the point where it's like, man, what are we doing here? There was
yes.
Okay, this season. They ran 349 more. This is more no huddle plays than any other teams.
Okay.
But they ranked third in the number of carries by a quarterback this year, and they were first last year.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
And I think Dan Quinn, a little non-committal to running the quarterback that much.
Yeah. It's like that college mindset,
It's completely the college mindset.
Jaden is great at it, but you can't do it. Unless you're built like Josh Allen, who's still doing it in like year 8, which is crazy. But like with Jaden, you just can't do it like that. You want to get more creative offensively. And when your quarterback takes off to run, I think in this day and age, if you instead of designing it up, he needs to just kind of, it needs to be something more ad lib. It doesn't need to be designed like these design read options and QB powers. I think that day and age, unless you're Lamar or Josh Allen, is kind of toast in my opinion.
And he had 3 different injuries this year. So that's
right.
You would say maybe injury prone, and injuries were a big story of the offense that Cliff was trying to run this year. Jaden played 4 full games.
Correct. Right.
Terry McLaurin played 9 games.
Yep. Austin Eckler was out early.
To Achilles.
And people forget Sam Cosmi didn't come back till like week 7 or 8.
Zach Ertz got hurt.
Yeah, Zach Ertz lasted through week 14, but he was done. Remember, they traded Brian Robinson the offseason. Bill Krosky-Merritt had fumble issues. He was kind of in and out of the doghouse. Chris Rodriguez did okay. The Noah Brown was hurt.
Yeah.
It was everybody.
And I don't think Terry McLaurin, as good as he is, to me, he doesn't scream eye test wise like that is the clear cut number 1 6'5" guy that is going to get those jump balls and those 50-50 balls up there.
No,
he's not that kind of guy. He's a great player. But I just don't know that.
I think
did they overpay? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. On top of Cliff getting let go, the Commanders also announced Joe Witt Jr. Fired, I guess, apparently from the staff. He was stripped of play calling duties. Midway through the season?
Week 11. Dan Quinn took over.
Okay,
so the writing was on the wall. Then
writing was definitely on the wall. If you're getting stripped of play calling duties, so defensive coordinator that came over with Dan Quinn from Dallas, where he was technically the assistant DC or something like that / secondary coach. So
he was with them all the way back in the Falcons days, too.
He was, right. So when it comes to this Commanders defense, last year they kind of got a lot of crap, like, the defenses, but they were actually really good at stopping the run. Where they struggled was stopping the pass. And so
they were 29th in the league in rushing yards allowed. 28th in passing yards allowed. And this one, to me, was mind-boggling. Negative -13 in turnover.
That's crazy.
Ratio.
That's crazy.
The Jets were the worst at negative 19.
Well, the Jets didn't even get an interception.
Just didn't have a single interception.
True. That's amazing. That's an amazing stat too. So Washington was second to last in the league, but so negative 13 turnover differential. The Bears
plus 22.
Wow.
Yeah, they are a turnover prone team. Dan Quinn has been talking about that for 2 years with this defense. He's like, we got to find a way to get more takeaways. Like, you can play great defense, but the takeaways, we've all been around football long enough, turn the momentum of the game, and it's exciting, and it builds that swagger and that confidence amongst the group. But they've been talking about it for 2 years. So they couldn't take it away.
Chicago's plus 22. That is wild.
Insane. What is that? Like opportunistic, running to the ball, lucky to draw, everything.
Everything got to come together for that one.
I like that team, by the way.
Yeah.
They're good.
We're going to get into that.
I really like Caleb
Division rivalry for the wild card weekend for the Bears.
So Joe Witt, he had some injuries too. He lost both defensive ends early.
Yeah, Dietrich Wise
and Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah, Cowboys guy who came over from Dallas.
Lost both starting corners to season-ending injuries.
Yep.
That was Marshawn Lattimore and Trey Amos.
Yep.
Strong safety Will Harris missed 8 games. I mean, my God.
It's bad. Who else? I feel like we're missing someone else. Deron Payne was pretty much in the lineup most of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby Wagner was old, and he looked old a lot of the season. Like, he can't cover anybody. I mean, he did get 2,000 career tackles, one of only 3 NFL players in history with 2,000 career tackles.
He did.
He did that in week 18.
That's pretty cool.
Against the Cowboys. So
we're not hearing many rumblings about a possible replacement for Cliff, but Joe Witt, the Washington Post, kind of broke down some guys that had worked with Quinn in the past, and they include Raheem Morris, Gus Bradley, a 49ers assistant, and Jeff Ulbrich, who he was with Quinn at in Atlanta during those Atlanta days.
Ulbrich's back in Atlanta. He was just in Atlanta again.
Yeah, he was there DC.
Yeah. DC.
He was Falcons' defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about these coaching carousels, and it's just like everybody just gets tossed around and kind of re-up. I mean, the Cowboys fired Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's a big one. But I'm saying he's going to go be a DC somewhere else.
But it's still an interesting.
It's just
he's a name because he's a former Bears head coach.
Yeah.
But so Cliff, apparently mutual decision to pursue other opportunities. He has 1 year left on the contract. He's still getting paid by the Cardinals. He was a head coach there. He had one winning season in 2021 where they won 11 games, and I think they lost to the Rams in the wild card.
Yeah, they did.
He was a head coach at Texas Tech. Best finish was 5th place in the Big 12 there. So we were talking before the show about there's not really any college openings.
No college jobs. No head coaching jobs.
So
no big ones.
Not anymore.
Is this a situation where Cliff is... So here's the question. Is Cliff Kingsbury an NFL head coaching candidate, or is Cliff Kingsbury just going to do a lateral move and become an offensive coordinator somewhere else?
I don't know. That's a great
It's hard
question.
to say because there are so many head coaching jobs available. And he'll
get interviewed.
Experience being a head coach.
He'll get interviewed for sure.
So it'll just be interesting to see what he wants. It's really what he wants to do, I think. But I think he's going to get some looks for.
He's going to get some looks as a head coach and offensive coordinator. I mean, you got to think like Tom Brady brings him in for the Raiders situation. I think this is just me spitballing here, but I think Cliff would be good on TV. Like I've heard him break down some X's and O's sometimes at the podium, very in a simple way. But I think he'd be great on TV. That's just me. And some of these guys want to do that route, some guys don't.
Yeah, it depends on where his ego is. Where does he want to check it? Does he want to check it?
He's definitely going to get looks though. All these spots are open.
And there's like 5 or 6 spots open right now for head coaches.
Black Monday was Pete Carroll, Stefanski, Cardinals guy. Atlanta. So that's 4.
Minimum 4.
I think we're missing one.
Giants job is open.
The Giants have been open.
Who else got fired during the season?
Dayball. Anyone else?
Jets coach is still there, which is amazing.
Dolphins guy survived.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's apparently sticking around.
So now we're seeing like the a lot of the times like on some occasions the coach gets fired.
Titans are open,
but the GM gets to stay. Which is kind of questionable.
Cleveland.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So the coaching carousel we'll see as it spins. But in the NFL, the teams that really matter, not matter, but they're teams in the playoffs, man. Jam-packed wild card weekend coming up.
6 games, man.
Here we go.
6 games.
Starting on Saturday on Fox, 4:30. Rams at Panthers. 12-5 Rams versus the 8-9 Panthers. And this one's in Charlotte. And they just played, 3-4 weeks ago?
Didn't the Panthers win, right?
The Panthers upset them. Matthew Stafford had 4 turnovers. He had 3 picks against the Panthers. So
maybe he's hurt.
What's that?
Maybe he's hurt and we don't know about it.
His back was giving him issues early.
He always has a game or two every year where he just does not look prepared.
But the Rams are 10-point favorites for a reason. It's because
they're good.
Vegas knows that was a fluky game. Matthew Stafford had 4 picks. He's not going to do that again.
That's a big number.
Hey, West Coast team traveling east though. What do they always say? That is a advantage for the East Coast team.
It is.
And Carolina's kind of a hot team right now.
And they're decently hot. I mean, I think they ended the year on a 2-game losing streak. They had to backdoor their way in.
True. They did. But
they have looked good at certain pockets of the season, right? So, but the Rams, I think they're getting Devontae Adams back. You would think the Rams take care of business. 4:30 on Fox in Bank of America Stadium.
A couple of years ago, when we went down to the famous Toastery Bowl in Charlotte, when Old Dominion played Western Kentucky, remember the weather was terrible.
Yep.
And the Panthers were playing.
They were playing, and it was desolate.
And we were listening
we looked up tickets. It was $10 to get
the talk radio for the. For the everything was about the Panthers and how horrible they were. And what were they? They were mad at the owner. Yeah,
it was the owner. The owner had just done something.
They weren't happy with the owner, and it was just man, what
chaos.
But fast forward a couple of years, and look at them now. They're doing. They're in the playoffs.
First time since I think 2015.
Yeah, 10-year drought.
10 years. So and they won the division. They backdoored their way into the division, but they won the division. So, this is Packers Bears, one of the longest, if not the oldest rivalry in all of the NFL, right? Packers Bears. Saturday night
on Prime,
8 o'clock.
Is the next game on Saturday.
This is intriguing. This is a really intriguing one. Green Bay favored at Soldier Field by 1.5.
That's weird to me.
Bears are going to win that one.
I think the Bears are going to win. I think Green Bay losing Micah Parsons. Is.
Jordan Love's been hurt too. Jordan Love sat out the regular season finale, so they're trying to get him back up to 100%.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. I think Ben Johnson is a great coach, even though the Bears lost their regular season finale. They were kind of mad about it, but I think they only lost by 3.
I like the Bears to win.
Yeah, I like the Bears too.
I like the Bears to win.
But that's that's a Saturday night game. Yeah, man, I love watching Caleb Williams play. Man,
he was fun to watch this year.
His passing is
much improved.
Woo,
Yeah,
man,
he can spin around.
He
a bit.
gets rid of it, and it gets there fast.
Yeah, he's accurate, and he looks good.
Those are bullets coming
Took
out
a
of
massive leap in his second year.
Massive.
Well, it helps when
Massive.
you got a savant calling plays, man.
Yeah, it really does.
We're quick to throw these quarterbacks away, and then you see him with a quality coach, and then the real talent shines through. And you're like, okay, that's a reason he was the number one pick. You know, so Ben Johnson, credit to him, man. What a turnaround! What a turnaround! That franchise, outside of when they went to Super Bowl 06, after 06, they've been pretty bad.
In 1985.
Well, of course, right, but like
and
06.
Then you've got to think too that this is a team that has really never had a franchise quarterback like a Caleb Williams.
Never.
I mean,
Never.
what, Jay Cutler?
Jay Cutler for a few years.
Rex
was pretty good.
Grossman?
He made some Pro Bowls.
Jim McMahon? No.
Yeah, a bunch of cast of weird guys.
Yeah, this is a
Jay
franchise
Cutler is probably
guy.
the closest thing they had.
This is the NFC version of the Browns and quarterbacks.
Correct.
He's this. I love watching this guy play.
Don't count out LaFleur, though. LaFleur's a good coach, too. He can scheme it up. They've got a history of winning on the road in playoff games. So
Yeah.
And it's a rivalry game. You never know. Is Al Michaels on that call, unfortunately, on Prime
Yeah, I guess
Saturday
so.
night? Oh, my God.
I used to love Al. Do you
But
believe in miracles?
Do you think he's kind of asleep at the wheel half the time now?
Oh, there's no thinking. He is definitely asleep at the wheel. Like
So Kirk has to carry it.
just type in Al Michaels on Twitter, any Prime game. Everyone has the same complaint.
You watch the ending of the most exciting game of the season on Prime,
Yeah.
and then watch Mike Tirico's call in the Steelers-Ravens game.
Oh, my gosh.
That was
Night and day.
perfection.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Tirico's excellent.
Tarico's great.
Yeah, Tirico's the standard, I think.
Al Michaels walk-off field goal call, whatever game that was. I text Brian and James.
It's
I'm like,
good.
he was like, literally, it was like a walk-off field goal to end it at time inspired. He's like, and they win it. It's like, what? That's it? That's all
Kirk
you got?
Herbstreit's like, is that all you got to say?
It was bad. It's bad. But, all respect to Al.
And I'm not a Herb Street fan either. So
Yeah.
anyway, so Saturday it's the Rams Panthers.
Yep.
At 4:30 on Fox. That's your first game to get
Yep.
the wild card weekend going, and followed by the game on Prime.
Yep.
Packers Bears now moving on to Sunday.
This one's intriguing.
I'm very
Bills at
interested in this one.
Jacksonville, Sunday, 1 o'clock on CBS. How about Jacksonville? I mean, rolling. I think they won 8 in a row.
Completely under the radar.
Just
They've
under
just
the
been winning.
radar.
Yeah, they don't get the pub, you know.
They never
not.
do.
They
They're
never
small
get the
spark in the
national
NFL,
attention.
right?
No, Green Bay is small.
Oh,
Spark.
Green. I mean,
Yeah.
like fan base.
13-4.
Crazy. Liam Cohen, man. Duval. Yeah. You remember that? This is an intriguing game because Buffalo's dangerous, but they're not as good as they've been in the past.
Yeah.
But Jacksonville is hot.
Well, I was saying, like, before the season started, like, this is the year Trevor Lawrence needs to show me something.
He needed to, yeah.
Or he's just a guy.
Yes.
Right.
I think he's more than just a guy now.
You would think.
And
Again,
Well, they were
this is
13-4.
yeah.
Yeah, this
Unbelievable.
is after Travis Hunter gave them absolutely nothing.
Yeah. He's
So-
out after like 5 or 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Brian Thomas Jr., I covered him in high school. He was looking to make a big leap this year. He did not. He was not their number one receiver. They're talking about trading him in the offseason. He's still on the team, obviously, but they haven't needed him. They run the ball well. They divvy up the passes. Liam Cohen's a great play caller. I've watched some football, like all 22 breakdown stuff on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's doing some really creative stuff offensively. That's super, super detail oriented. Cohen, the sign of a good OC, right? Leaves the Bucks, becomes great with the Jags, and what happened to the Bucks offense this year?
Went downhill.
Downhill.
Right. Yep.
Great sign of a OC. So
That game, Buffalo is a 1.5 point favorite.
that place is going to be packed
for what it's worth.
Jacksonville knows how to party.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
They know
yeah.
how we
And-
drove through Jacksonville.
Man, yeah, we stopped at a Buc-ee's there.
Yeah.
I like when they bring out those like late '90s Jaguar uniforms.
So nice.
You remember those
So
earlier
nice.
this year?
Is
That-
it teal? They call it teal. It's teal.
It's
and
a
gold.
teal and gold and the
black.
black. It's
Wasn't that the one that inspired their episode about uniforms? I feel like it did.
it might have.
Maybe,
I don't
probably
know.
They were playing against the Buccaneers in their creamsicles, right?
It all blends.
Something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that was the Seattle and
Oh, that was Seattle.
Right,
Yeah.
right. No, that's an
Oh
intriguing
my
game.
God! Speaking of uniform matchups,
What happened?
Denver,
Oh,
L.A. Chargers.
Yeah. It was
Beautiful.
I was in uniform heaven.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was great. Those
Actually,
Denver,
they all whipped out some of the old school uniforms, all the teams this week, I think.
all of them. Yeah,
lot
Eagles
of them
wore
did.
Kelly
And
green.
the uniform episode, the one I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it up, it's hit me.
Yeah.
Houston Oilers probably have maybe the greatest uniforms in the history of the NFL.
Oilers were great.
To the point where the Titans will wear them once a year.
Yeah, Oilers were great. Yeah, I don't know if they call it powder blue.
Whatever it was, the powder blue with the orange and the white.
And the oil rig on the side.
So good.
Earl Campbell vibes.
Earl Campbell getting the jersey ripped away. Off.
Yeah.
Classic. Okay, so that's our early game on Sunday. Sunday was a triple header, by the way. Oh, my gosh. The 4:30 game's on Fox, and that is an NFC matchup.
Yeah, 49ers at the Eagles at the Link. 49ers go from potentially being the 1 seed in the NFC to the 5th seed and having to go to Philly. And these two teams have met in the playoffs in recent years quite a bit. So Eagles, 4.5 point favorites. I don't know about that.
I like the Niners.
I don't know about that at all. I like the Niners too. I don't know what they're... Eagles being 4.5 at home is...
I don't know about that.
Weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've been so hot and cold all year.
I don't even know if they've ever even got it. They had like one game where I feel they've been cold most of the year.
Saquon Barkley was not the same player he was last season.
Their offensive line's been up and down. AJ had some injuries.
AJ Brown's been wanting the ball the entire year.
He got it towards the end of the year. They just lost. They lost. Well, they won some games. They lost some games. Yeah. Defense really good though. So their defense is getting a lot of credit. Their defense is great.
Yeah, like the game, even when they beat the Bills, I remember they couldn't. Offensively, they couldn't do anything in the second half at all.
Was that the game where Jalen Hurts was 0 for 7, didn't complete a pass in the second half? Was that the Bills game?
Yeah, they won 13-12.
4.5 doesn't make any sense to me. I'll take Kyle Shanahan and them heading east, even though that is a long trip. Shanahan is really good. Really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, Sirianni's good too, but I don't know. I like Shanahan a lot.
I mean, Sirianni made a big mistake, I think, punting this last week. Sitting Jalen and having McKee play.
Yep. Yeah,
I think
they should have played him.
I think that was a mistake
to stay in rhythm.
Yeah, stay in rhythm. And
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Sunday night game on Wavy 10, Chargers at the Patriots. I think I'll take the Patriots here. 11-6 Chargers versus 14-3 Patriots. Patriots are the 2 seed in the AFC.
That's a toss-up to me.
You think so?
I really do think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, these West Coast teams traveling east. Look at that. Rams traveling east. 49ers traveling east. Chargers traveling way east.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for something.
It's true.
There's going to be one game where people are not going to maybe see coming. Maybe it's the Chargers. Maybe
there's usually one wild card game on the Super Wild Card weekend where it's like, how in the world did that happen? Mm-hmm. There's going to be an upset amongst these games.
For sure. For sure.
100%.
Yeah. Patriots, man. I mean, people are, I don't know if they went under the radar, but man, Vrabel, what a heck of a job he did. They run the ball.
Mm-hmm. They run the ball very
Drake
well.
Mays, MVP finalist.
We're going to talk about the college football playoff in a little bit, but the difference between the NFL and college football is the Rams are 10-point favorites, but nobody in here would be surprised if the Panthers won that game.
Correct. Right.
You just wouldn't be.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it works. The margin in the NFL is just so much smaller. What about the Monday night game? Texans at the Steelers. Steelers get it in a dramatic fashion. 8 o'clock on ESPN. Texans, second in the AFC South behind the Jags, go to Pittsburgh. And Steelers haven't lost a Monday night football game at home since when? Does anyone know the year?
It's like 2005 or something.
No,
like
it's
that.
1991.
Wow.
The year I was born, dude. Like 1991. They haven't lost a Monday night football game at home.
Wow.
I mean, double check for me, Jeff. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm 99% sure.
And they play.
I just saw the stat yesterday.
And they play in prime time a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not like Jacksonville.
Or a lot.
Yeah, like at least 5 times a year.
So Monday night at home, the Steelers basically don't lose. So if Tomlin's on the podium yesterday or after the Ravens game, and someone had given him word, he's like, "Hey, we're playing Monday night," and he goes, super grateful for that because he knows the history. Like, oh man, we tend to do well in that spot.
Last time was October 14th, 1991.
Thank you.
Against the New York Giants.
Thank you. Yep. So long time coming.
I want to talk a little bit about the Houston Texans.
Yeah, we got to talk about them.
Talk about a team. I don't know if it's statistically if it's the best defense in the league, but
I think they are.
It's got to be right up there.
Yeah,
and the Texans have arrived.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have
been in playoffs 3 years in a row.
This third year in a row they've been in the playoffs.
They took a little bit of a step back last year, even though they still made the playoffs.
Right.
And this year is where they really, really blossomed.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, CJ Stroud's excellent.
They were in a rut early in the year. They didn't come off to a hot start. I think they've won 8 or 9 in a row. They're the hottest team in the league. I think Jacksonville's won 8 in a row. I think the Texans won 9 in a row. So I think they're technically the hottest team in the league right now.
What a hire D'Amico Ryans was.
Yeah, man. Culture builder, defensive guru, it seems like. Danielle Hunter is one of the most underrated defensive ends in the history of the NFL. You look up he's like a 100 career sack guy. Nobody talks about him. Mm-hmm. And if you ever look at that dude, like, I don't know how old he is. He takes care of his body. Like him and Myles Garrett, look like Greek gods. And you're like, dude, that is crazy how those guys look. Will Anderson off the edge, defense. Derek Stingley Jr. is considered like the best corner in the game, him and PS2. So, they don't. Texans really good season from them.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter, only 31 years old. I say only, like,
yeah, right.
But he probably has a few more years in him.
Yeah,
the way he takes care of himself.
Texans favored by 3.
I think that's fair.
Hey, do you think that
DK's coming back for Pittsburgh?
Do you think that with like a lot of the coaches are younger now, right, and everything is a lot more aggressive, a lot more going for it on fourth down and things like that. To what degree do you think that these coaches that grew up playing Madden and PlayStation and like, dude, I'm not punting, I'm going for it on fourth down.
Maybe.
To what degree does that internally in your brain have to do with when you're coaching a real game? Like, I'm not punting it, dude. It's 4th and 3. We can get 3 yards.
Maybe. Yeah. Intrinsically,
a lot of people would rather that. A lot of people would rather that than some analytics guy just going for it because the computer said so.
It's crazy. No, it is. Everyone.
We are half serious.
Right. No, it's a fair point. It is a thing. A lot of people are more aggressive now because I think touchdowns are just so valuable. Momentum so valuable. If you're on the plus side of the field, it's like you could. It's almost demoralizing to get to fourth downs. I think the benefit outweighs the just the negative side of things a lot of times when you get it. So.
If you're a head coach in your 40s, you grew up playing this stuff.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh
without
yeah.
question.
It's in your It's a part of you.
But who DK Metcalf's coming back for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers looked great against the Ravens. Had his highest passing yards game of the season. He passed for 294 yards. Steelers, do they have a little magic right now coming off the Ravens win, or is it false alarm here? And there's so much emotion that goes to that Ravens game.
I went down a rabbit hole last night on YouTube when I got home
of the Steelers.
Somebody put together multiple clips
of the field goal
of the fan reactions, live reactions to the field goals. And it was just so great to watch it, man. It was so funny to watch
people holding their phone like the TV behind them.
Or somebody kind of shooting in the back. There's a party, and them not even knowing. And it was just so hilarious.
I saw a couple
when he missed that field goal.
Man, I think the scary part for the Steelers is, although it was fun, it was great. That level of emotion, how can Mike Tomlin refocus the guys? We've seen NFL games, it's just so much emotion. Oh my God, rivalry. We get into the playoffs, and then it's hard to get it again for the wild card the next week.
It's tough. I mean, fortunately, he has Aaron Rodgers there.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is a veteran. He's been here a million times.
Yep. Right.
So he can get the locker room kind of calmed down.
Yeah.
Of course, DK Metcalf back. Talk about someone who got a little too emotional about something. But hopefully he has calmed down. He's refocused.
2 games. He missed 2 games.
Those were only regular season games that he got suspended.
Yep. Yeah. The last 2. But he's back, and he does add a different dynamic to their offense. Like, he does open things up.
No, they can really do anything without him.
Yeah.
And the first.
That's why Rodgers deserves a lot of credit for that win against Baltimore, man, because he was throwing to Adam Thielen. And it's like that guy came over mid-season. He's old.
They're just like, there's 35-year-old Adam Thielen.
I just get a little squeamish every time Rodgers gets hurt or hit.
Yeah. He's dealing with the left hand.
Every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, he's got to rest. They have his wrist, his left non-throwing wrist is wrapped up.
Yeah, all the time.
Padded up bad. I mean, he's apparently broke it a few weeks ago.
What a tough dude, man.
Still playing.
And then if he does have to kind of scramble a little bit, I'm just like, oh, no.
I'll tell you what, though, watching him run the 2-minute drill is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
The NBC did a great job on Sunday night of doing a lot of Rodgers ISOs.
Yeah.
Because they saw the dynamic between Rodgers and Arthur Smith on the sideline. There was a lot of miscommunication. His helmet went out. Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out the play call, the timing. They used the 2 timeouts on the same drive.
The timeouts.
NBC did a great job of showing Rodgers like emotion. He's mad. And then Rodgers, if you ever watch him break the huddle, they've been talking about this too in recent weeks. He'll basically break the huddle and he'll kind of like do a specialty route. Like in a 3-by-1 set, they trip to the right, one receiver. He'll kind of freestyle that backside receiver. Right. So he'll be like, go run a hitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's not part of the play call. So they've been talking about this recently. So on the go-ahead touchdown, he was like, all right, hitch and go. Like basically when he broke the huddle, and they ran the hitch and go and they scored. So they do a good job of capturing that. NBC did on Sunday night. So I'm excited, man. Wild Card Weekend is great. This is the best of the best in the league, and so we're gonna enjoy it.
I like the variety this year. There's a lot of teams we did not expect here. There's a lot of teams we expected that aren't here. The Lions aren't here. The Chiefs aren't here.
No.
This is going to be a lot. The Ravens aren't here.
Yeah.
It sounds very similar to what's going to be our next topic in our next segment. And that would be the college football playoff that's going to have, Final Four. There's a few teams in there that not many people expected to be there. That's coming up next on Sportswrap OT.
All right, we're back on Sportswrap Overtime. Brian Parsons, Jeff Snyder, Craig Loper here. Continuing this episode, we just talked about NFL Wildcard Weekend happening. Also jam-packed with semifinal games for the college football playoff this week. Thursday in Glendale, Arizona, the Fiesta Bowl, Miami taking on Ole Miss. Very, very intriguing matchup. Mm-hmm. And then Friday night in Atlanta, the Peach Bowl, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Oregon versus Indiana. Let's start with that Ole Miss-Miami game happening in the Fiesta Bowl. First of all, semifinals, man. I love the four teams in it. How many? I mean, Indiana's never won a national championship. Oregon's never won a national championship. Ole Miss never won a national championship. Miami's got 5, I think, in school history. But man, no Alabama, no Ohio State, no Clemson.
No Michigan. No Michigan. No Florida. Well, Florida State. Yeah, but you know what I mean? None of the blue bloods.
None of the blue bloods.
Except for, I guess, Miami.
Sort of.
Miami's
kind of a blue blood.
They're kind of back. I mean, 25 years ago, you could have said that.
But this is a result of the portal and the revenue sharing and things that come along with that. And now it's the teams with the deepest pockets are the ones that can go on the biggest runs. So the first game Thursday night, 12-2 Miami, which was a controversial pick to even make the college football playoff.
Yeah, they got in as a 10 seed.
Against Ole Miss, who doesn't even have the head coach that led them to the point to even get into the college football playoff. And there was talk
like the rest of his staff was going to move on even before this game.
He's going to have Charlie Weiss.
So the setup is, and I just watched it all this morning, 6 assistant coaches in total are supposed to go from Ole Miss to LSU.
Right.
4 are officially done with Ole Miss after the quarterfinal game. They're done. But Charlie Weiss and the running backs coach are going to coach in the semifinal game. And they've already been told they can coach in the national championship if they can make it as well. So Lane and LSU are allowing them. I hate the language they're putting out. They're saying LSU is allowing them to coach it. Like allowing them. Basically, LSU is saying, Ole Miss and LSU have come to an agreement saying, like, we won't worry about any tampering or any, like, lawsuits. Let's just come to a verbal agreement.
They've got to figure this stuff out.
That's ridiculous.
It's the worst, but also most intriguing story in college in the playoff.
So the chaos makes it interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
But this can't happen, man.
Can't happen.
This cannot happen going forward. Who's the coach, the fill-in coach, or Pete
Golding? He's a full-time guy.
Pete Golding. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Pete Golding is what, 2-0 now, 3-0.
Mm-hmm. Tulane quarterfinal, 2-0. Yeah.
So 2-0. I just can't accept the fact that this guy's going to be 3-0 when he's never been a head coach, and his 3 wins are going to be against these top level teams.
It's a great story for him.
I don't think they're going to beat Miami.
You don't think so?
No.
I picked Miami. I have picked Miami.
I think Miami wins by 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, I don't know about that, but Miami's defense is on fire. Miami is very dangerous offensively. They can score when they turn it on. But I agree. I think Miami's going to win. I don't think it'll be 2 touchdowns. Ole Miss's quarterback gives him a chance, man. That guy's a gunslinger.
Chambliss. A stat that I heard, I think on the radio, or maybe I read it somewhere, but they have a left tackle that hasn't given up a sack in 14 games.
Oh, wow. Maybe he's an NFL guy or something.
That sounds pretty impressive.
They run the ball well, too.
So they protect the guy.
Lacey, I forget his first name. Lacey is their running back, number 5. Very good, too.
Is Chambliss a D2 guy? Is that?
Yeah, D2. 4 years at Ferris State in Michigan.
Oh, Ferris State.
Yeah.
That's a hockey school.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 years at Ferris State.
How good was that FCS championship?
Oh, my God.
Oh, good, dude.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Look at the finish of the FCS.
Better than anything the college football playoff could ever give us.
It was crazy.
It was really good.
It was awesome.
It was good television.
It was great.
Taco.
And
that guy all game long.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the receiver, right? Crazy.
Montana State defeated Illinois State in overtime. The first time the FCS National Championship has gone to overtime. Montana State jumped to a big lead. Illinois State came back. They had a chance to win. Their kicking game is awful.
They missed the blocked field goal. It was overtime.
Then a blocked extra point.
And then a block. Oh, my God.
It was insane.
Yeah, the blocked extra point did them in. Because that allowed Montana State to kick it and win it.
Because even the announcers were like, man, I don't know if I would even go for...
Isn't that crazy?
I might want to go for 2 here.
To be consistently that bad on one unit is nuts.
So that was 7 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
All season, so 6.
Yeah.
God.
Unbelievable. It was a great game.
Anyway, it's completely off topic, but
that's still on topic.
It was really good television.
So you think Miami wins? I think Miami wins. Jeff, did you see the Ole Miss Georgia game? I mean, did you watch any of that, or do you think does Ole Miss have a shot?
I was too upset about the Ohio State Miami game to care about that. But I do think Ole Miss has a shot. I think they're the best story.
Great
in this
story.
Whole thing.
Great story.
And I want them to stick it to Lane Kiffin and win it all.
I do too.
Because it's just how Lane Kiffin is.
I think there's 2 sides to that sword, though. Mm-hmm. If Ole Miss does win it all without Lane, it is like, oh, wow, hey, look, we won it without him. But he also helped dramatically to build that team.
He gets the bonus.
Oh, he's going to get the bonus.
He gets the bonus
he's
from
get paid.
LSU pays the bonus.
Yeah, but isn't it kind of, I feel like there's two sides to it depending on how you look at it. Like if Ole Miss wins it, would you give Lane his credit? Because like you built that team up. Like you're kind of
no,
you wouldn't.
No, you don't.
So they made the run without him.
Okay,
no. All right.
I hope they cut. If they win this, I hope they all cut the rock style promos on Lane Kiffin after.
No ring for you.
Yeah, exactly.
No ring for you. Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Oregon taking on Indiana, a rematch. Some Big Ten opponents here. Indiana beat Oregon pretty badly early in the year. I remember the final score. Not badly.
Overtime.
It was. Yeah, it was. No, I don't think it was overtime. But they beat us, meaning they physically imposed their will on us.
Sure.
Score was close.
Yeah.
But it was a dominant Indiana performance, to say the least. In Eugene. Oregon is putting in miles, man. I mean, we were thinking about this when I'm at the Orange Bowl. We're like, it's New Year's Day was on a Wednesday. Like, they fly back to Oregon that night. Granted, you gain 3 hours flying west. But then you're basically home for 2 days, 2.5 days, and you're flying to Atlanta. Like, you are putting on miles. And I know it's all comfortable and it's private, but still, man.
Yeah, these are young guys.
Young kids, but it's a lot of mileage.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of mileage. Indiana had to go west, though, to play in the Rose Bowl.
Indiana with 3.5 point favorites. I like Oregon.
You like Oregon?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
How come?
I like Oregon's offense. I like Oregon's defense. I don't think Indiana's going to beat them twice.
Interesting.
Indiana beat Ohio State. Indiana beat Oregon. Indiana beat, who am I leaving out? Who did they just beat?
Who they just beat? Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, and they very easily could have lost the Penn State game. I mean, they're 14-0. Yeah, that is the mark of a great team to pull out those games at the end like that. But for what I've seen with Oregon, man, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think
they shut them out.
I'm going to pick Oregon because it's my alma mater.
Right? They shut them out.
22-0. Texas Tech's offense all the year was struggling though. So
JMU didn't get shut out.
They did not. No.
JMU put up 34 points. Texas Tech put up a goose egg.
That is what's scary. The JMU stuff, like, is still kind of like haunting Oregon. Like, oh my gosh, can anybody do this to our defense? But I think Kurt Cinetti is a great coach. You're going to have these guys prepared. I hope it's a great game. I'm going to pick Oregon because it's my alma mater, but Indiana, if they win, it would not surprise me. I think Cignetti is somehow dialed in on a different level.
He is the best coach in college football.
I think he is. I think it's fair to say that.
I think it's him, and there's like a big gap to the second person.
I think it's Oregon and Miami for the national championship.
That's who I have.
Which means it's going to be Ole Miss against Indiana.
But for me, I think if Indiana does not win this year, they're still going to win. They're still going to have a good shot to win the next two.
I think I saw a stat saying a lot of Indiana's basically like starters are like really older, like 23, 24-year-old guys.
And they really hit the portal hard.
And they hit the portal really hard for the veterans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know if Indiana's ever going to be a school that's like going to start pulling quote unquote 5 stars anymore. And stars never are the major indicator, but they have to recruit at a different level. They got to be more precise in their recruiting, is what I'm saying.
I'm over the star system.
Yeah, I know.
Especially
nowadays.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter
Like,
anymore.
for example, Trey Brown from Old Dominion was a 0-star recruit,
right?
Who went to a JUCO. Guess where he's going to play next year?
Yeah,
LSU.
Yeah, a couple years of development, lower levels, and
Traquan Jones was a 0-star recruit.
Right. Yeah, stars don't matter as much anymore.
He's going to Maryland.
A 5-star recruit means you just hit puberty early.
Yeah.
I was going to say your tangible is definitely at 17. You got the size.
Exactly.
You got the size, and you put up some production in high school football. Congrats.
Yep.
But no, you're right. They don't matter as much, especially with the portal. Guys are older. Guys are more developed now. So my point is, Indiana's never going to be a program that just can like pipeline in the high school talent like Bama and
I think
stuff.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
I think that those days are over. Yeah, they are now.
I guess true. I guess if you're paying the guys, yeah, you're probably right.
And Cignetti's has established this as a destination place.
Yeah.
Where
This is a goal.
You are going to win. If you come here, you're going to win.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promise a national title every year.
Right.
But we're going to contend for the Big Ten championship every year and probably be in the playoff.
If you're at a G6 school, you're eyeing Indiana all the time.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, because he's looking at you probably.
Yeah. No, yeah, he has a great he did a podcast with Adam Brenneman, a former Penn State tight end who does a good job of going like talking real ball with these coaches. And Cignetti's like, I'm into production over potential. He's like, I look at production at whatever level you're at, high school, JUCO, D2. He's like, I stopped looking at potential years ago. And he's talking about kind of the specifics out of the recruits he looks for: hip, ankle, mobility, flexibility, stuff like that, explosion. Excuse me, really good stuff. So Indiana is a scary team. Kurt Cinetti, man, he's confident. He's full of swag. He's a great story. That's a great outside of Ole Miss. Indiana is the best story.
He's cocky and he backs it up.
Whew,
like I remember when James Madison hired him. I remember we had a guy that used to work here named Brian Reese. That was a huge JMU fan to the point where he would like paint himself purple at games and stuff like that.
He got on ESPN. He got on the Final Four. So the Final Four.
Watch
the
Final Four. How about the first four?
The first four.
Yeah, not the Final Four. It was the first.
That's what I meant.
It was the Washington Post.
That's Final Four in front of me. That's why
Washington Post did a story on him. But anyway, what was I saying?
He painted his body purple and he.
JMU. What was I saying about
Kurt
JMU?
Cignetti?
Kurt Cignetti. So yeah, when JMU hired Kurt Cignetti, I'm like, dude. I'm telling Brian Reese, is like, what are you guys doing? You hired Elon's coach.
Yeah.
What in the world are you doing?
You hired the coach.
What a loser.
You hired a coach that lost to Edinburgh.
And then I looked at Elon's record and like they were one of the worst teams in college football.
Yeah.
Until he got there. And then they contended for the conference championship and beat JMU. Right. And then he goes to JMU. And then obviously what he does there is incredible. And
crazy.
He wins.
Now, what he's doing in Indiana is unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
All he does is win. That's
that place, man. This is the type of season, these 2 seasons, where all of a sudden a lot of construction sites start popping up around the football buildings and the stadium, and buildings get torn down and new ones get built up quick. You know, that's that kind of run they're on, and that's the kind of winning like this, even if it's for a brief stint, is going to create infrastructure with your program that will last decades.
I don't think this is brief.
No, I know. I'm saying so far it's been brief. It's only been 2 seasons.
Right.
So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
We had 4 coaches getting fired. Was it 4 coaches getting fired?
What do you mean? In the NFL?
Yeah, yesterday. 5, including...
4 yesterday. 5 total.
Including Kevin Stefanski.
All right, when we come back for our final segment, Cleveland Browns superfan Jeff Snyder.
I wouldn't call myself a super fan, but let's go there.
Is going to discuss the dismissal of Kevin Stefanski.
We got about 8 minutes. Stick around. All right, wrapping up Sportswrap overtime. Going back to the NFL here for a bit. One of the head coaches fired in the NFL recently, Kevin Stefanski, after 6 seasons with the Browns?
Something like that.
2-time NFL Coach of the Year, by the way.
2-time 11-game winner with the Cleveland Browns.
So Jeff's a Browns super fan. He mentions the Browns a lot quite around here, and as a frustrated fan base, you can vent as much as you want.
Oh, thank you.
To a certain degree.
Well, I will say this: Kevin Stefanski is the longest tenured coach since the Browns came back in 1999, which is, you can respect that.
Yes.
That's something we can appreciate. We didn't have to do this whole coaching carousel, coaching thing every 2 years for once. But now we're back at it, and the Browns have no one to blame but themselves. Kevin Stefanski gets a lot of flack for a lot of things. Is it fair all the time? No, but I think they needed to move on from him to change the culture a little bit. I could tell, a lot of people could tell, he didn't want anything to do with Shedeur Sanders.
Nope.
I think a lot of teams didn't want anything to do with Shedeur Sanders, but the Browns kind of just gave him to him. And this is after having to deal with Deshaun Watson. This is after having to deal with Dylan Gabriel. And he just wasn't able to do anything with this elite defense this year. One of the best defenses I've ever seen in the NFL.
Yeah, Super Bowl winning defense.
Yeah,
Super Bowl caliber defense.
Super Bowl caliber defense. Too bad they don't have anyone on the offensive side of the ball. And that is why I am stunned Andrew Berry is still the general manager of the Cleveland Browns.
That's the questionable move for me.
Yeah.
Well, see, let me push back for a second.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm as stunned. We want to know why?
Why?
It's because he's picked good players in the last couple of years.
He had a great draft.
Everyone talks about the Browns draft rookie class is the best in the league. Barry picked those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why he might just be a good talent, an eye for talent.
You know? Is he the one that did the Deshaun Watson deal?
That was ownership.
Remember,
Haslam kind of over.
Haslam said sign him. We $230 million. That was all ownership.
And I think Haslam
well reported
also was the reason Shedeur Sanders is on the team.
Correct. That's been reported too.
So it all goes to the top here. Jimmy Haslam, I'll give him this. He's unlike the baseball team owner. He actually tries to win and spend money and do crazy things and take risks. None of his risks pay off though. It comes to a point. It's like, dude, you can't just do things just because it's cool and like flashy.
OBJ.
Like OBJ, Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
And whoever else, like even Amari Cooper, who was successful.
Yeah.
But
they did have Amari Cooper. That's right.
But he tries to make these splash things, splash moves to keep the team in the headlines. It's like, dude, just let your people work. Let Andrew Berry or whoever the general manager is pick your players.
Yeah.
And the Browns might actually win more than 8 games.
Their issue has been the revolving door at quarterback. The Deshaun Watson thing was a catastrophic. First of all, go back. Probably never should have let Baker Mayfield walk, right? I mean, I know there were some injuries. I know he was up and down, but he stabilized that franchise at least for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he did.
When it'd been the most unstable.
Yeah.
Right? So letting Baker walk and then signing Deshaun Watson to the worst contract in professional sports history, in my opinion, was where the downfall happened.
Yeah.
I know Baker has some ups and downs, but clearly he was serviceable. Stefanski made the playoffs with him.
Baker remember, he was so bad after that season, after he was cut or after he was traded to Carolina, they cut him.
Inept franchise.
They cut him. He saves his career on Monday Night Football with the Rams.
Right.
And the Buccaneers took a flyer on him, and it worked out for them until it didn't.
Right.
But
I think keeping him would have been the better choice than the guy with 30 pending.
Yeah, for at least like another year
cases.
or two. Not like, I don't think he's like a franchise quarterback. I don't think he's a guy who's going to lead you to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But he'll lead you to 10 wins if you give him the right tools.
Yeah.
And if he stays healthy, which is a big problem for him, apparently.
Right. Well, the Browns are just, one of those teams that are just kind of stuck in that purgatory.
Stuck.
Washington was stuck in that purgatory for a very long time. Not quite as bad as Cleveland's was.
Tennessee.
They never went.
Tennessee made it.
They never went 1-15 and never went 0-16.
Shout out Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
So I just think Cleveland historically is a bad organization.
It is.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who owns it.
And it's always about the hope of next year, and your free agents don't want to come there.
I think it is.
Nobody wants to play there.
I think it starts with ownership.
They're a horrible team and a horrible organization, and I think it's a horrible owner.
Yeah, I think it all starts with ownership.
I agree.
I think you can keep changing head coaches and GMs as much as you want, but something about the ownership is not allowing that team to.
But you could turn it around. Remember, Detroit was the worst organization in sports.
Yeah, that's true.
For 30 years.
Yeah,
and look at them now.
You could turn it around.
But they didn't have an ownership change. They just kind of
figured it out.
They just kind of figured it out. I don't think the Fords were ever known as bad owners per se. Maybe they had bad GMs. Remember Matt Millen?
Yeah, Matt Millen.
When he was the GM, and they kept him on for years, and they were losing every game. I mean, So
yeah. It was,
what's the solution for the Browns here in terms of the coach? You got 1 minute. What's the move here? Like,
what's the move?
Stefanski's an offensive mind. He can scheme it up a little bit, but what's the next step?
Cliff Kingsbury.
I think Cliff Kingsbury would be good because he is an offensive mind, and they need offense badly.
They do.
They need offense badly. They need to get rid of Jerry Jeudy. He's awful.
Yeah.
But my fear is that the owner is going to meddle again, and we have one Deion Sanders become the head coach.
That's not
dude, come on.
That's not happening.
That is a fear.
Don't even.
That's not happening.
Why would you say that?
That's not even
Why
happening.
would I say that?
That's like clickbait crap. He's not. There's
I hope not.
0% chance the Browns are going to hire Deion Sanders.
But he's got odds on DraftKings.
Oh my God! So they can take your money.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think
get your 20
the
bucks.
Commander should hire Taylor Heineke as offensive coordinator.
No, it's
a bad idea.
We'll start hearing reports of who they're coming out with. Deion Sanders will not be the head coach of the Browns.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Not even
but
close.
Zero.
What?
Like what?
No, there's no.
What's been crazier?
Deshaun Watson signing a $240 million contract.
No, that's signing the quarterback to a big contract.
No way. No way.
Deion, no.
Cliff.
Zero.
They'll look at whoever. What's there's a defensive coordinator for the Chargers who's a mentor. Mentor is a popular name out there.
Oh yeah.
And this,
Do you want one of like the hotshot OCs or DCs? You know, they always.
That's what
I would like a hotshot OC. They need offense badly. Defense, they got it locked down. Jim Schwartz.
Schwartz still there?
Oh yeah. Schwartz is going to keep his job. He's been there for a while.
Yeah, they might promote him, honestly, because
you never know
of how successful he's been.
Right. All right. That's it. We got Sportswrap Overtime. Welcome into 2026. Keep us locked here on Wavy Plus. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.